looking at certain symptoms, you're seeing yourself, right? You're feeling kind of a little drowsy, right? Like, going to bed, lay down, you feel me? So really listen to your body, even for myself as well, right? You're gonna have people around you hitting you up, you know what I mean, trying to link up, you know what I mean, shorties, et cetera, having fun, etc. But you gotta be able to, like I said, sacrifice, you know what I mean? Give a little the fun now so you're able to make sure your well-being is good for later, right? And I also want to take in consideration, right, like the things that we're doing right now play a significant role to our future. So if you can't set the boundaries right now, if you can't get the adequate rest right now, I don't know what things are going to be looking like down the line for when it comes to your health. And really kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be really transparent. Like I said, this is very important, right? We have to be able to, advocate for ourselves, set the boundaries, get our rest, right? Know when enough's going to be enough, right? Self-care is very important, right? But like I said, when it comes to our mindset, when it comes to our rest, like I said, really be intuitive and ask yourself, you know what I mean? What does my body, what does my mind need right now? And sometimes, like I said, it needs a break and we need to get away from people, right? Or we need to kind of get in our mojo, kind of heal, kind of get our mind back to that reset that we do need, right? Moving forward when it comes to that micro action, right? So when we know better, we tend to do better, right? So let's take immediate action. So take one intentional pause, today if possible, right? You know better, you do better, right? Without, trying to judge yourself, right? So trying to avoid away from having this mentality where you have to earn, rest, but really just kind of be intentional, pause, really think about like, yo, what's going on with myself, right? Spend 5 minutes doing something restorative, like I said, whether it's stretching, going outside, taking that walk, right? Breathing. This is a good mechanism, right? DBT, you have people that know what's up in regards to regulating yourself, emotional regulation, right? Or simply just sitting down somewhere quiet. Solitude is very important. It's going to be able to help you be in a conducive environment where you're able to hear the birds chirp, the water on the, the pond, etc., right? And to really kind of just enjoy that ambience, right? But just resting, right? So notice any guilt that arises without judging it. Really just kind of note that. In addition to that as well, is something I always advocate for is try your best to journal, because this is going to help you get more self-awareness, to be more intuitive with yourself, so you know what's really going on with yourself, right? No one knows you more than yourself, right? And I really want us to take that in consideration, because the more time we spend with ourselves, you're going to be able to know yourself much more better. We need that self-awareness. We need to know when our body's saying we're tired. We need to know when our body's stressed out. We need to know when we agitated, we irritated, what's going on, right? And this is going to be able to help us to get that self-awareness. However, when we're moving forward in regards to, trying to be able to, like I said, shift, from the way we're thinking before to now, try your best to have a compassionate mindset, right? Good things take time, right? You gotta come with ease, come with that kindness, right? And that could really definitely make the difference. But like I said, really look at your life schedule, look at your routine, look at your circle, look at the people that you're engaging around, look at your, the energy that you're putting out there, look at your capacity, right? Because every day is you're not gonna be on 10, right?